Hello. In this video we'll be looking at the Rumba Services and UI Operations Guide. Please note that all the links that are displayed here are found in Confluence and will be posted below in the video's description section. So the Operations Guide has key features for anybody to be able to go in to Rumba and administer nodes. What that means is you should be able to start them, stop them, inspect logs. So let's get started and take a look at the logs location. It's specified right here as under the folder structure section, and it's basically under Export, Home, Apps, Rumba, Tomcat Logs. Please note that this logs directory is actually a symlink, which will go out to a shared folder, and that shared folder will have all the logs for that particular environment. So prod will actually share a symlink to a folder which will have all the logs to the production environment. More importantly than the logging section is actually the troubleshooting section. In the troubleshooting section you can find instructions such as how to start a particular node in production and how to stop a particular node in production. With that ability, you should be able to restart nodes and bring them down, bring them back up, or whatever. Additionally, in the Operations Guide, there's also the UI Operations Guide. In the UI Operations Guide, you will see the UI components are three. B2C registration, Radmin consumer. They all work on Python as opposed to Tomcat, so they have slightly different troubleshooting on how to stop and start the application. And the location for the logs are also listed in the folder structure, and that's what you would basically need to do any investigation for them. On top of that, what really ties this all together is the production deployment page. What the production deployment page will show you is the location of each service, including our UI services and all the appropriate server nodes. The server nodes are in a cluster, so a cluster will consist of multiple web apps or services, and those services will and a load balancer will be placed in front of them so that the services will be appropriately load balanced among all the nodes. What that entails is when you're looking for a when you're looking for something within the logs, you actually have to check the entire cluster as opposed to the entire as opposed to a singular node. So let's take a look at what that really means. I've got a putty session instantiated right here. So if I want to troubleshoot a particular log in, let's say, SSO, I want to see that this error scenario is actually occurring. Let's take a look. I'll SSH into Rumba DCO2. I'll provide my password, and then I'll sudo as you'll see app, provide my password, and SSH into Rumba at B3 Rumba prod 0101. Okay, once I do that, I can take a look at the export home apps Rumba Tomcat location. Once I do that, I can take a look at this logs directory, which is once again a symlink to a shared folder. So once I go into this shared folder, I can see that there are multiple environments and multiple nodes for this environment and multiple clusters for this environment. All the logs are located here. Once I do that, I can go ahead and tail multiple logs, and in doing so, I should see that once I refresh this screen, that the user foo did not actually get authenticated, so we see this error. But this error is perfectly fine because an authentication error, even though is an error, is not something which hurts the system. It's just the system is operating as usual. So that is how to use the operations guide in a nutshell. I hope that gives you a tutorial into the guide. Thank you very much.